Welcome to another Crab's Treasure, a game which answers the question, what if Dark Souls but crab? I went in expecting not that much, but was pleasantly surprised by a fun game with a lot of attention to detail, enough so that I decided to make this video looking at Easter eggs in another Crab's Treasure. That said, I also want to give some contextual information because it's very possible that you haven't actually heard of this game. In Another Crab's Treasure, you play as Krill, a reclusive hermit crab who is forced to delve into the ocean when his prized shell / home / clothes are taken away, and you're forced to fight with a rusty fork and defend yourself with whatever shell you can find. In addition to serving as a shield, each shell enables one of many spells, so they're very important. Early on, you'll be wearing soda cans or banana peels or other junk, but as the game progresses, you'll find some especially weird, strong, and unique shells, some of which are actually references to various things. Like, for example, the cardboard box is most probably a nod to the Metal Gear series and Snake's propensity for sneaking around in a cardboard box. The Scrub Aggie is a parody of a Scrub Daddy, which, if you don't know, is a genuinely good sponge brand. In addition to looking kind of angry, the name is a play on the developer Aggro Crab. After you venture forth from the shallows, you'll come upon the singular major city of the game, New Carcinia. This is home to multiple shops, one of which is named Shellfish Desires. You can actually use your grappling fork to yank down the F key, which is actually a usable shell. Its description explains that it's a token in support of New Carcinia's military intended to pay one's respects to fallen soldiers. This is a reference to the meme, which itself originates from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare back in 2014. Also, one of the shells sold at Shellish Desires is a familiar looking imposter, described as a plus visage of a legendary trader, which is obviously a reference to Among Us. Later on in the game, you can find a wearable game cartridge for Going Under 64, a play on Aggro Crab's previous breakout title, Going Under. Even later in the game, in one of the final areas, you can find an extremely powerful and fittingly referential shell. To reach it, you can venture forth from the lookout tower in the old ocean and go through this side room in a broken church to come upon a good old platforming section. This was honestly pretty difficult, so I recommend the packing peanut stowaway, which prevents taking damage whenever you fall into the abyss. Also, if you want, you can kind of cheese it by staying on one of the movable platforms, waiting for it to go back up, which is a little glitchy, but it works, and then use a shell with the rollout ability to launch forward and just kind of paddle your way until you reach the platform. There, you'll find the shell guarded by Father Levy. I'm not sure who he is referenced to, if anyone, but the shellmet is the ultimate reference to the Dark Souls series, namely the first game, as it resembles the Elite Knight helm shown in the majority of the promotional art. It also has perhaps the highest defense of any shell, and allows use of the Juggernaut spell, which is amazing for tanking hits. That said, the strongest shell in terms of firepower cannot be found or purchased, but instead toggled on in the accessibility menu. Give Krill a gun, quite literally, gives Krill a gun. It has infinite uses, requires no recharging or reloading, and it one-shots every enemy in the game. Having trouble? Just... Also, etched onto the gun is Squirrel Was Here with an acorn next to it, which is a reference to a recently announced but yet to be released, at the time of making this video, indie game called Squirrel with a Gun, which looks even more ridiculous than Crab with a Gun. Next, let's talk about clothing. Unlike shells, the outfits you can either find or purchase and then wear do not grant any stats but still do contain multiple references. Again, from Shellish Desires, you can purchase the Cult Leader outfit with the flavor text, "Lead your followers to glory or certain doom" with this fashionable wool getup, which is a reference to the game Cult of the Lamb. Midnight paints Krill black and white with a cross on his chest. While the description's mention of public transit might seem out of place, it makes sense knowing this is a reference to the indie game Subway Midnight, which is developed by Bubby Darkstar and published by Aggro Crab. And of course, I can't not mention the Mr. Krill outfit, which says if you slap on these trousers, you'll be well on your way to making your millionth microplastic, which, for reference, is this game's currency. Also, this outfit is, I believe, the only one in the game to change Krill's eye color, which makes it match the green-eyed Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob SquarePants that it's obviously referencing. Another reference to that series can be found in the Sands Between, which is a play on Elden Ring's The Land Between. Along the northwestern edge of the region, you can find a comparatively massive trash bin laying on its side. After destroying one of these special cubes, which requires the optional Mantis Punch augment, you can get close to the trash can to find a narrow pathway. Following it will lead to a glass pineapple house, which is most certainly meant to resemble SpongeBob's house. Still in the Sands Between, this time on the east side of the region, you can find a plastic candlelight surrounded by plastic swords meant to resemble the bonfires from Dark Souls. This is where you can find the Sunlight outfit. This ensemble is meant to resemble everyone's favorite sunbro, Solaire of Astora, a knight that welcomes players into the Wars of Sunlight Covenant, which is all about jolly cooperation. The art on the front is a kind of play on the Estus flask, which is a golden drink you can chug to regen health. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the community have likened it to chugging Sunny D, so it makes sense. At the north end of the Sands Between, another outfit can be found using the grappling fork to get to this platform, then jump and paddle onto this bit of terrain that lets you walk out of bounds. Once you drop down, that's it. You can't get back out, so your only reward is having to manually die using the menu option and, this outfit. Now, before we leave the Sands Between, I want to draw attention to a memorial that can be found amongst the giant chains along the western edge of the region. Next to this little house is a grave flanked by some heart kelp. It reads R.I.P. Frederick to the Moon. When you first visit this spot, you'll find a stowaway named, well, Frederick. He'll follow you around, help in fights, and you can even give this good boy some pets, just like you can with the other few companion stowaways. It also increases your microplastic gain, hinted at with the description, Frederick, the soul of a financially savvy fish. So, to explain this bit of lore, I gotta bring up Michael Reeves. You may know him as a YouTuber, streamer, charity boxing victor, or even that one guy who makes unhinged tech for fun. He voice acted for Firth, a prominent character in this game, and Aggro Crab honored his late pet / stockbroker, Frederick. For even more context, back in 2022, Michael posted a video detailing how he set up a system of reading his goldfish's position in its tank and using that to buy stocks. He then pit his goldfish against the collective stock expertise of r/Wall Street Bets, and the fish won. It's a wild story and a video that you should definitely check out, and now Frederick will live on in this game in addition to many people's hearts. Onwards, another outfit can be found in the Curdled Village within one of the many cow water carton houses. The intern is another reference to going under. It looks perfect. And now our little guy is ready to join the workforce.
I am one in a trillion.
In a later area, to the east of a sunken machine with red lights, if you know, you know, you can find the Exiled Flame outfit surrounded by bones. It says that you can edgeguard your enemies so effectively, you'll forget to question how fire can be burning underwater, which is actually a reference to Force Burn from the indie 2D platform fighter, Rivals of Aether. With the skull, helm, and fiery mane, this is probably my second favorite outfit after Sunlight. That said, there are plenty of other great outfits.
And why aren't you in uniform?
Here you go, Your Majesty.
Just gonna scuttle on by without saying ye claw?
I am a surgeon!
And of course, shoutouts to Rainbow Capitalism. Now that we've covered shells and outfits, let's talk about the game's aesthetic elements. As you've no doubt noticed, trash, pollution, and whatnot is a big part of the game's story and world building. New Carcinia consists of the upper crust and lower crust. The upper crust is made of houses from bottles and boxes, pathways made of mock CVS receipts, and fences of film roll which depict surprisingly high definition animals. While I haven't seen anything to confirm this or even really looked it up, I assume that this is probably the developer's animals. They're cute either way. The lower crust is made of soggy cardboard boxes covered in graffiti and stickers. By the way, one of these stickers is part of a package's shipping details with a readable QR code. If we pull out our phones and follow the link,
you just got coconut mold.
Classic. The rest of the game has just as much, if not more in places, human trash making up outfits, infrastructure, and weapons. While plenty are kind of generic, a lot of these fake products have a obscene amount of detail put into them. The ink cartridges are labeled as low capacity ink cartridge, and you know they're real good because it comes from the name brand bruh. There's red floppy disks with a logo reminiscent of the original Doom game, but instead it says mood. He's just like me for real. There's red fry cartons with a yellow arch logo meant to again reference Among Us. The cow water comes in multiple flavors like normal, strawberry, chocolate, and gamer. Giant pizza boxes from apparently Peppino's Power Pizza can be found, advertised as being made with real food like Mama used to make, now with less lead, most likely referencing Pizza Tower. Of course, there's also a giant plot-relevant cereal box meant to parody Captain Crunch, which sounds really good right about now. There's also some overly meta products like PBR Beer, aka physically based rendering. It's reportedly made in Unity, just like this game, and the tagline is just the actual definition of physically based rendering. Pill bottles can be found, which apparently used to contain Viagra, and there's Aggro Crab branded Ramune drinks. These have Japanese text, which I use Google Translate, and apparently says Crabne, nostalgic taste of the sea, with marbles. As for the remaining products that I want to show off, the only way I could present them properly is via a montage, voiced by myself and some of my YouTuber buddies. Grab your popcorn shrimp and enjoy.
Blue Dino. It's not just propane, it's frickin' based.
Loss dishwashing soap, 100% unrecycled fresh plastic. Now with 5 times more grease cleaning power with a garlic butter dip scent.
I swear to God, if this isn't butter, I'm seriously going to lose it. The original.
Elden Bay Seasoning for seafood, meats, vegetables, eldritch horrors, and more, including free BPA additives since 1743, recommended recipes, eldritch blood, eldritch mayonnaise, and more. Our packaging comes with free BPAs for that sweet, authentic seafood taste.
Seafoam shaving cream, bubbly. Caution, container may explode if heated. Keep away from crustaceans at all costs.
The only, and I mean the only thing maintaining my tenuous grasp on reality and preventing me from having a full-blown, irreversible nervous breakdown in the middle of the dairy aisle is the unshakable knowledge that this package has a genuine stick of butter and not margarine or some other similar substitute. I've been cheated so much. I've been lied to so many times. I seriously can't take it again. I almost don't want to open the package, but whatever. Here goes.
Uncrossworthies. Now in 3 delectable flavors: grape jelly and mozzarella sandwich on white bread, cheddar cheese and mayo sandwich on white bread, and tartar sauce and vinegar sandwich on white bread. All have tons of caloric value and are MRE certified.
Unfathomable. 19 grams of protein per serving? No, soy does not make you look more feminine, trust me, I've tried. Burger, 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 burger. Our meat is made of ingredients beyond your comprehension.
Fight Claw Raw Seltzer. With a garlic butter flavor, it's only 100 calories, gluten-free, and it has a 3% fun per volume. Also contains a whopping 2 grams of crabs. This drink goes so freaking hard, I'm not joking. 1. Please do not drink this if you do not feel like being the coolest person around. 2. Consumption of this beverage may impair your ability to drive cars, operate machinery, create coherent posts on social media, and may cause death.
Party Pooper! Shoots at crustaceans and sea life with a bang! Note, results may vary depending on the integrity of a crab shell.
Cheesy Guns! Sulfur-flavored toasted snack crackers. The snack that fires back. When you bite into a handful of Cheesy Guns, you're experiencing a short, controlled burst of 9mm flavor pointed directly at your mouth's vital points. Each baked cracker is packed with enough real cheese and natural ingredients to smoke your taste buds at a range of up to 35 meters. So, switch the safety off and get blasting. And remember, don't snack on anything you don't intend to enjoy. Made with fear, despair, and gunpowder.
2.5 million little bacteria, guys.
Don't eat the yogurt!
Now, with that, I think we're going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Big thanks to my channel members for their support. It really means a lot. And if you like this video, check out some of my other Easter egg stuff. I also got glitches, challenge videos, all kinds of things. That's it for this one. Bye-bye.